Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's See What Happens. I'm the World's Address and we are playing Factorio. And we're starting with a brand new save because Pyanodon, about a month ago or so, put out his Alien Life mod. So, if we go to save game, we're calling this Pi Alien Life, and the mods that I'm running, I'm going to go through very quickly, are Afraid of the Dark, Bottleneck, Disco Science, FNEI, Loader Redux, Early Nanobots, Orphan Finder, Squeak Through, Alien Biomes and the High-Res Terrain, Even Distribution, Far Reach, Mini Loader, and then Pyanodon Alien Life, Coal Processing, Fusion Energy, High-Tech, Industry, Petroleum Handling, and Ores, and all of the graphics that go with that. There are a few mods that I typically use that aren't quite to 0.18 yet, but it is what it is. Now, let's take a look at the map. So, on the map, I've got some borax here, raw coal, copper, iron, stone, a little more copper. I've got raw coal all over the place. Kind of iron all over the place, too. But the best part is that I seem to have raw coal right here by the water. What's that? Biosample, and that's part of the new thing. I want to check that out. I want to see what that looks like. I haven't played with any of it yet. I don't know what any of it looks like. Whoa, look at that! Oh, that is so pretty. It's a bioreserve. An area especially rich in biological material. The alien biodiversity here is very high, good enough to collect samples to keep your gene pool refreshed. How? Well, not like that. Okay. Interesting. Let's get these trees out of the way. I don't know how to do that. Fantastic. Can't wait. I cannot wait to figure all of this out. We're going to collect up a bunch of stone. And we're going to get a bunch of other things. So let's very quickly put stone here. We'll put coal there. We'll put wood here. We'll have the burner miner drill and the furnace. Nope. And the furnaces going there. Iron plates will go there. Alright. And this is it. This is Pi Alien Life. So I'll have a microorganism mine, moss farm, sap extractor, and a seaweed crop facility. All of which sound very interesting. Let's see what it's going to take to get me a... Oh, what's that? Oh, the offshore pump looks cool. They've changed that up. I think that's actually a change for Factorio itself. I saw a little blurb of something. So, this is only going to take 3 iron plates and some small parts. So, we're looking at 8.2 iron plates and 1.5 copper plates. Okay. Alright, well, let's get about 6 stone furnaces to begin with. Let's cut down a whole bunch of trees. For the music, I'm actually just listening to the official soundtrack, by the way, so music is going to just continue on from song to song, and then it'll repeat. I'm going to try to make these videos between a half hour and 45 minutes. I'm going to try and find that good sweet spot. It'll also, it always depends on what I get done in the episode itself. But first things first, we're going to get ourselves some resources that we need. Okay. Now, luckily, I mean, there's iron, like that's 900k. This is 1.4 million. And then we've got another little iron that's 1 million right there. I've increased the amount of, like, the richness of them by just a little bit, but I've also made them a little bit smaller. It makes it easier for you to build throughout. Pyanodon is going to take a lot of building, so I need a lot of wide open space. It's why I stuck with this particular map. It worked out pretty well. And there we go. So, instead of having regular coal, I've got raw coal. Now this, so let's take a moment and plan things out a bit. Obviously, my power plant is going to pull from this coal here and then probably go straight up. That'll keep it out of the way of what looks like a lot of really good wide open space right here. Copper and iron are going to come over through here, fed from either this or this, doesn't matter. But they will go into smelters in this area right, well, in this area right here. This, probably about to the edge of the lit up box that I am in. Stone will do its own thing, probably down so that it can then get kicked over in that direction. Let's go ahead and turn the alt on. Oh, I forgot. That is probably going to take a lot longer. So while that's doing things, we will also come up to about here. And I'm going to just bust up a bunch of stuff. There we go. That gave me way less, that gave me way less coal than I was hoping it was going to give me. There we go. Because right now we're using regular coal as opposed to the raw coal that I will have to process at some point. We're going to take a quick look as soon as I get a couple more copper ore here. We're going to take a quick look at what we're going to kind of have to do. Because a lot of this is going to get very complex very quick, which is why I'm doing this as a series as opposed to a live stream, which I've done in the past. Because I don't know, because Pyanodon is very, very complex, and after a while it makes you start to think in circles. Okay, that's gonna be good enough, I think. Or at least I do. Like this, it's not the same for everybody, but I start to think in circles, and it kind of starts to make my brain hurt, not gonna lie. Like, it's a difficult setup. Like, everything is pretty hard. No, stop that. It's very complex. And it's complex by design, and I know that. Having talked with Pyanodon periodically in some of my other live streams and having him comment on some of my videos and stuff like that, like, he wants it to be difficult. He doesn't want you he doesn't want you to finish it. What is happening? Oh, I need so much more. Okay, how much does it... hold on a second here. How much does it take? 8 copper ore, son of a gun. Okay, 8 copper ore apiece. Damn. Wait a minute though. Did I get enough to... Yes, I did. There we go. Alright, we'll let that kind of do its thing. The problem with Pyanodon is that it is relatively slow going in the beginning. Things cost more. Stuff takes longer to do than you're used to in vanilla or any of the other mod packs that I've played. I did a stream of Bob's stuff, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And on that stream, I found out that Pyanodon had finished his Alien Life, and I absolutely had to play it. I'm at the point now where I'm ready. Like, I've made myself ready again. I'm mentally prepared to get horribly vexed. It's basically what it boils down to. So we're going to just kill a whole bunch of raw coal. I'm just going to hold this for a while. We're just going to keep going. And let that build up to about 50, I think. There we go. Okay. 3 copper plate. Good. So I have the copper, so I need 2, we'll call it 2 copper plates and 9 iron plates to make my burner miner. And it's gonna go just right there. And those are, I'm gonna do the chain. I've done it before, it works very well. And I think while that's happening, I need iron more than copper. The copper's actually doing pretty good. Hold on. I should do this. Damn it. Forgot. There. And actually... And just get me one of these real quick. So I'm just going to stand here and beat up this iron ore for a while. Oh, we'll get one more. We'll do an even 20. Okay, we're getting close. One more and I will solve my coal issue for a little bit at least. We're doing pretty good on the furnaces. It's the mining drills that are going to have the problem. I suppose I could, yeah, you know what? Let's go over some stuff. So basically, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to need power as quickly as humanly possible. But I need to have some... Here, I can move this. Yes, good. Let's kind of do that. So I'm going to need power quick. But I need these guys to be up and running and producing an okay amount of both of the plates. That's going to be the big problem. That's going to be my big... Oh, actually, up here is perfect. Oh, that's not bad. I'll take that. But then I will do the offshore pump and boiler and a couple of steam engines. And I can start working on some other stuff. Making my electrical poles, getting my transport belts going, stuff like that. Immediately after that, we're going to have to start with coal processing. Coal processing is... Basically, these kind of go in order in how you want to do them. You've got coal processing, industry items, fusion energy... Well, maybe not, but pressure pumps, yeah, I do need that stuff. High tech, I will eventually need those things, the chip shooters and fluidized bed reactors, electronics, pulp mills. Petroleum handling, I will need that a little sooner than later. But coal processing is where we need to start. And with coal processing, the destructive distillation column is going to be one of our first things that we do. Also gonna really want a crystal mine. But to get a crystal mine, we need what's that? Tin? Tin. So let's take a peek and find some tin. Okay, I've got one way up there. I would rather not use that. That's pretty far away. There we go. That's enough. Hold on. Excuse me. 1, 2. There. While those things kick back and forth and get up about 100 or so coal, and everything else kind of does its own thing for a bit, I'm going to run this way. Oh, that's pretty flower. That's pretty ground. I'm going to run this way and see if I can't find some tin a little bit closer. That's not far away. It's just at an awkward spot. That looks like more quartz. We've got some oil sand. But I need an oil sand extractor for that. I think that gives you both of those things, oil and sand. We've got some more borax. Looks like another bio sample pretty close by. Some raw coal right by it, and some tin here. Alright. I left in the biters, but they are on peaceful. So it's very much a don't start nothing, won't be nothing kind of deal with them. And I left them in because I wasn't sure if I was going to need them with the alien life stuff. I figure may as well, right? Alright, so we've got some tin down south. I'd like stuff to be a little closer to... Wow, that's a big one. That's 13 million and some phosphate. Good. How big is this? 681, 1.7. Let's keep moving along. We're gonna widen this up by like one standard block all the way around, just to get a better idea. As long as I don't mess with them, they don't mess with me. I'm not really worried about the biters at the moment. Excuse me. Okay, then we're gonna go in this direction. 2, 3. Oh, I wasn't looking. I've been watching the map. 4, I think 5, right? There we go. Okay, so that's quartz. Some ancient remains. We've got more borax. Got a little tiny bit of tin right there. Not something that I really want to utilize. I'm just widening this area out by one full this deal, so that I can kind of see, because you affect about a 5x5 block in terms of this. So this is going to give me a better idea of what I've got nearby, and it looks like I've got a lot of the early stuff nearby. Maybe not some of the other things that I would like to see. And there we go. Alright. So taking a look, I need to finish out that section there, but it looks like I'll probably pull the tin from here. Do the tin, push it out, fuel it, and then maybe go... If I go out this way and then turn it up right here, I can either pull coal from there or there to fuel the smelters. Smelt the tin, bring it out. I've also got a bunch of tin up here and a whole lot of tin right there, as well as a bunch of biosample right there. I'm curious about what the biosample does, so I will start with that smaller one. While we run back, I can kind of see, what does biosampling need? A basic substrate, cellulose, agar, seaweed, sodium alginate, latex slabs, rubber stoppers. Crazy. Straight up latex. This is gonna get wild, and I'm actually very excited about it. I really can't wait to kind of dive in, and the beginning of Pyanodon is slow, like I said. It's a slow starting thing. However, eventually, you really do get things going. That'll be fine. Yeah. Once you get things going, stuff starts to fall into place. Now, it's not fast by any stretch of the imagination at all. It is not fast. But there's a definite point in the mod pack where, for a little while at least, stop that. For a little while, you're really making some progress. And then you hit another stopping block. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of progress, and then a stumbling block. And then you climb over that stumbling block, and you make progress some more. And the game is hard. Like, the mod pack is difficult. I keep doing the wrong thing here. Actually, yeah, it should go in there. The mod pack takes patience. And a clear head. Like, I realize it sounds like I'm telling you that you should, like this is some real legit nonsense here, but you can end up overthinking with this mod pack very, very easily. And that's kind of where I got with when I was streaming it. I was overthinking things. And I got frustrated because of it. And now, I've got to the point where when I go back to that particular save, because I still have it, but when I go back to that save, that frustration, it's still there, you know? So, I figured, fresh save, we've got a new mod anyway, may as well start a fresh save, and already I'm very excited with what is going to happen. I feel like it's gonna be just as frustrating by the time I get to where I was, which was about 80 hours in. You guys can look for this becoming a very long series. This has a possibility of being my longest series to date. It is very possible that that could happen. And if it does, I'm going to be pretty excited. Like, I have put YouTube on the back burner for quite some time now, and for that I am sorry, but I am now really trying to get back into it. I feel like at one point I had a good thing going with it. I'm not particularly popular, I'll be the first to admit it. I've hovered around the under 200 subscribers mark for quite some time now. But I felt like, in terms of views and amount of people that I was getting that were subbing, for a little while there, I was actually doing pretty good, and it looked like I could be, I could really get somewhere with it. And then life happened, as it so often does. So now I'm figuring out ways to where maybe life doesn't have to get in the way, and I can carve out an hour or 2 hours a day to do a little bit of recording and still be able to maintain my presence on Twitch with live streams and stuff like that. Recording is a little bit easier than live streaming because I can stop. I want to open up this area over here. We're not going to make a lot of progress in these first couple of episodes. That's just how that is. That's just Pyanodon. That's how it works. But I'm going to try and talk through everything that I'm doing. There we go. Oh, what's that? Is that the rare earth? Nope, that's sulfur. Wonderful. Looks like we got some more quartz up there. And a lot of coal. So, I mean, we've got a lot of coal, a lot of quartz, a lot of titanium around here. Like, some of it is just little tiny bits and bobs of titanium, but there is a decent amount of it. There's a ton of borax. Let's pop this out just a little bit more. So there's a lot of borax, a lot of quartz, and a lot of iron and coal. Like, so much coal, really. Decent amount of tin. There's the quartz. There's the difference between the two. By the way, there's going to be a lot of stuff that looks the same. And unfortunately, the mod that I used that gave all of these resource labels hasn't been updated yet. So it looks like... Okay. So what I'm seeing, in terms of how this looks, the map and everything, that's the rare earth ore. If this area... Can I... Cancel. Can I turn this into a drawing? No. Anyway. This area here... This giant area right there, that's going to be all of my smelting. And then everything is going to go up here. Because this looks like a nice, big, wide open space where I'm not going to run over a bunch of things. And then I can feed in from there. But if I make a big, long line, if I take the coal from here and then drop it all the way down, right? I should be able to come up with something that there's a lot of smelting happening in through here. And then everything sort of turns into a main bus as it's loops itself upwards. We'll see how it goes. I mean, the tin ore can come out and then go up and into the smelter, like if it goes this way maybe. There's a lot of planning that has to go into this, but the vast majority of it is going to be on the fly. That's how I play Factorio. I'll say it now, if you've made it this far into the video, the 29 minute mark, and you are expecting well put together, reasonably thought out, super efficient builds, I'm not the person to follow. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Like, I'll be the first to tell you, my stuff's not efficient. It works, and I have fun doing it. I am not efficient at playing Factorio, but I do always have an absolute ton of fun. And for me, that's all that matters. Because if I'm not having fun, you guys will know in a heartbeat. If I'm not having fun, how can I reasonably expect you guys to have fun watching? is pretty much how I feel. So I only ever really play games that I have fun playing. If I don't have fun playing it, it's probably not going to cross my it's not going to cross my channel. I might try it for a minute, but I'll also drop it just as quick. And I didn't drop Factorio because I wasn't having fun anymore. I just got frustrated, like you do. Alright, but I'm back, and I'm very happy to be back. I really enjoy Factorio. Since a lot of my stuff is going to go out here, I'm going to start clearing out all of these rocks. One thing I also did, I'm sure you noticed, was I did the offshore pump, and I did the boiler. So while we're waiting... Nope, just kidding. We'll do that. So I think my plan is to set up my electricity before I start worrying about building mining equipment. So I'm going to get my boilers and steam engines and everything, all of those going first. Make sure that that's up and running, and then do the the belts, make sure that everything is belted correctly, and then put in the miners, because I can just feed coal to the boilers in the very beginning. I'm going to do I'm going to do 2 boilers and 4 steam engines right off the bat, and then kind of go from there. Infrastructure is the word that I was struggling with there for a little bit. I want to get my electrical infrastructure up and running. That's what I had been wanting to say and kind of couldn't remember the word. Okay, so looking at this, I think actually what I want to do is have everything go up on this side. I think that might be a little bit better. So we're going to have a lot of this to get done, and that's fine. Got a bunch of trees to cut down, but that's going to give me everything that I need for power poles. And probably other things as well. I'm sure that other stuff needs to happen. You know what? I haven't even looked at what I can do for research yet. I should do that pretty soon. I don't even know what the research tree looks like. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Whoa, that's new. Water invertebrates? Awesome. High capacity gas bladder. Cadaveric arums. Cotton gut. This is fantastic. Look at all of these new things. Canarium stem. Intentional genetic drift in this GMO species causes that thing to develop better and more functional pineal glands, and a third eye as a consequence. Some are even considered to have metaphysical qualities. Holy shit. This is so cool. Zip ears. We ended up making those in the last one, I think. The last time I did Pyanodon. What is that? Interactive cognition. Whoa. Look at this. Pheromones. Look at how... Man, he's really outdone himself. That's all from alien life. And then you get into the rest of everything else. That is crazy. The big thing that I'm noticing, though... Oh, there it is. Okay, good, good. Glassware and basic substrate. So, those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those 6 things that are down there, those are what it's going to take just to make Red Science. Automation Science Pack. For this, I'm going to need rubber stoppers and glass. That makes sense. You would want a rubber stopper. That makes total sense. My favorite thing about Pyanodon's stuff is how it all makes sense to me. None of it is just because. It's all there for a reason. And it all really does make sense. Like, if you think about it for a minute, you're like, oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I get it. I understand his reasoning for stuff. And... oh, no. How to craft. We're going to put that on. And then for glassware, we're going to have that. And glass itself is quartz. That's what I was hoping for. But rubber stoppers is that and that and that. Ooh, creamy latex. Gross. Alright, that's going to give me a good start. So what I'm thinking is that my offshore pump will go here, right? I made about 7 of those. Offshore pump looks different, and I like the way it looks. Oh, there. There we go. That's perfect. They'll go up that way. And I know it doesn't look like it's going to be perfect because of the way it's setting, but this is basically me just doing a placeholder. What I'll actually do is do the pipe to ground out so that there's the big space, and then coal will just go straight up through there. And then this is all that I'll need for my power supply for now. And we're definitely going to have to jump into these if-thens here pretty soon, and I may need to make like a an outline chart to sort of figure things out. There we go. Perfect. Let's get a steam engine going. And 20. We'll get 20 of these. So power is going to have its own coal that won't have to get split off to anything else. So basically I could just mine out all of this. It's not big. It's not a lot of coal. Or, well, I mean, it is, right? Yeah, it's like 309,000. So for right now, that's what power will be. And I do have a backup here, or even... yeah, probably there. A little bit there, but yeah, I could pull that over with. There's a little bit of coal right there as well. Once I get power sorted, then I can start really working towards mining. I just gotta get all of the trees out of the way. And we can make some real progress. I probably won't do much between episodes, on my own, but I also might. I haven't decided if I want to... Like, I'll definitely be tidying up. I think if we go right there. Like that. And then that's more than enough room for it to come up through here. Alright. Just give me one of those. And I'll make another one of these, and now I can... There. Now I can daisy chain into the circle. Perfect. That will give me a lot more coal, which I'm gonna need pretty soon. Let's go ahead and make a bunch more of those while we're thinking about it. The smelters, I'm gonna constantly make like 20 or 30 at a time. There's never a time in the early game where maybe a couple of extra smelters wouldn't be a bad idea to have, you know? So, let's put this here. Like so. Usually, oh, it's only gonna be where I am. Okay. Can I get far enough out that I don't have to come this whole way? Not really. Okay. And it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, where are we at? Here we go. So this is wood, copper plate, copper cable. However, this is the actual recipe for simple circuit boards that I gotta make in a chip shooter. That's that's like the second big hurdle. Is making simple circuit boards. Okay, that ought to do that. Now, what's it going to take for this? About 20 iron plate, 20 each, iron plate, copper plate. I start with 2 and go from there. Just trying to make a little bit of electricity. So far, everything's doing pretty well. Nice. And I realize I have not done much in this episode, but it's honestly, for Pyanodon, pretty good start. To make it a better start, well, that'll work. Whatever. To make it a better start, I am gonna make a bunch more burner miner drills and furnaces for iron. The amount of copper that I'm getting, pretty good. The amount of iron that I'm getting, not so much. But I think that's going to do it for this episode right now. So far, I've got a little bit of a start. I've got a fairly reliable amount of coal coming into me. I've got the beginnings of electricity over here. I've at least got where my power plant is going to be. And then I'll just clear out these right here, and it goes straight up. Let's see if I'm close enough to... Yeah, there we go. And then it'll just go straight up. Clearing out all of these trees, this will be my power plant. We'll pull power from here. Power itself, the power plant itself is going to have its very own small coal mine that that'll power it. This will only power, or this will only fuel my boilers. That's it. There's not a lot here to begin with, so I will have to find somewhere else to kind of get more coal from, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. That is a future me problem. But yeah, it doesn't look like I've done a lot, but Pyanodon is complex, and to be quite honest, I'm very optimistic for this start. 45 minutes and I've already got an okay start for stuff. Like, I feel really, really good about that. And I'm hoping that I can really get something... I'm really hoping to, like, start something very good with this. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you taking time out of your busy day to drop in and see what I'm up to. I hope you're going to enjoy this series with Pyanodon's Alien Life mod added into the rest of the craziness that is Pyanodon's mob pack. If you've got any tips, tricks, hints, suggestions, questions, anything like that, let me know in the comments down below, and I will do my very best to answer them. And I think that's about it. And as always, I am the World's Address, and I will see you all next time. Bye.